June 12, 2025. It was lunch hour. Students at BJ Medical College hostel were eating and talking, completely unaware of what was about to happen. And then everything changed. In under 30 seconds from takeoff, Air India flight AI-171, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, has already sealed its fate. It crashed directly into the mess hall.
आग बहुत आ गई थी, फ्लैट से निकलना पॉसिबल नहीं था, तो आई जंप थ्रू माय बालकनी, दैट्स व्हाई आई गॉट इंजर्ड।
नजरों के सब सामने हुआ था। मेरे खुद को भी बिलीव नहीं होता कि मैं कैसे उसमें से जिंदा बाहर निकला।
AI-171 crash in Ahmedabad continues. The Supreme Court has issued notices to the civil aviation regulator.
230 passengers, 12 crew members, and only one survived from that crash. On the ground, 19 people were dead. 67 people were seriously injured. But here is what nobody is telling you. This crash was not an accident at all. It was a warning that came far too early, but it was noticed far too late. To understand why this happened, you have to understand Air India's history first. For decades, this was a government airline, a national carrier, a pride for our Indians. But behind the closed doors, it was being used like a private taxi service by ministers, by MPs, by whoever had political clout. This drained the airline financially, year after year, until Air India was buried under generational debt. And yet, even when there was no money, they kept ordering new wide-body aircraft the government couldn't afford. Some of those aircraft eventually made it into service. One of them crashed in Ahmedabad. Boeing stepped in, and with existing agreements already in place, they made sure Air India stayed connected to their fleet. Then came 2018. This is when the government sold Air India to Tata Group, and in the first time in history, there was real hope. Tata didn't waste time. They ordered 200 plus new aircraft, both narrow and wide body. They launched the complete rebrand, new logo, new livery. Honestly, it looks stunning. They bought in India's first modern long-haul jet, the Airbus A350. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Even with all of this, the orders, the branding, the ambition, Air India was still not profitable. Indigo still controlled 66% of the market share. And the deeper problems, they weren't just going away just because the logo got changed. I am going to go through a list of incidents that has happened. Not one story, it is a big problem. And mainly, you can see a pattern through all of this. Because when you line them all up, it stops looking like bad luck. Passengers on flight AI-358, the Tokyo-Delhi Dreamliner, began posting on Reddit. Torn seats, filthy interiors, baggage cabin doors that wouldn't close, IFE systems that simply didn't work. Now you might say, so what? That's just cosmetic. No, it's not. Because these exact conditions, neglected interiors, deferred maintenance, ignored small issues, these were the same signs that were present before the crash of AI-171. March 11, 2026, an Air India Express flight landing in Phuket lost control on approach. The aircraft lost its wheel, severe damage, complete chaos. Flights diverted, passengers stranded. The official explanation was simple: captain error. And yes, that's partially true, but when investigations went deeper, multiple senior captains at Air India were systematically ignoring standard operating procedures. Not once, not twice. Consistently. An Air India flight heading to Canada, 8 hours into the flight, it turned around and came back. Why? Because they were flying the wrong aircraft. The flight that was needed was the Boeing 777-300ER, a long-range wide-body jet made purely for this. What actually departed? A Boeing 777-200LR, which is a complete different aircraft that was not made for this route. This is not a technical glitch. It is a complete operational mess. Now, this is the one that kept me up. An Air India flight en route to Europe, a 787 Dreamliner again. Mid-flight, the captain notices something deeply wrong. Autopilot is switching off by itself. engine power is dropping unexpectedly. The fuel switches were moving into cutoff position automatically on their own. Only because of this pilot's awareness, the aircraft was saved. This is exactly what happened to AI 171. The only difference, nobody caught it in time on AI 171. Now, did you notice something? Go back to every incident that I said now. Utterly maintained Dreamliner, the Phuket crash, the Canada mess, and everything which brings up, everything which points the fingers to only one company, Boeing. Boeing officials, when confronted, put the blame entirely on the captains, washed their hands, looked away. This is not a new behavior. October 29, 2018. Thai Lion Air Flight 610. 181 passengers crashed into the sea shortly after takeoff. The cause was a software system called MCAS, installed to push the plane's nose down when sensors detected the aircraft flying too high. What was the problem here? Nobody knew this system was existing. Boeing did not tell anyone about this, not even to the pilots, not even to the airlines, and it was not even mentioned in the training book. The pilots couldn't turn it off because they didn't know this system existed. This is what a Boeing aircraft maintenance person has to say about this. I will never let my family fly in a Boeing aircraft, especially Dreamliners. They were built complex, had many early failures, and Boeing still approved and pushed them into production. There are serious issues that higher authorities must consider. This is not journalist. This is someone who had built those aircraft. So here is where we are. One side, Air India is fighting to put profits up, and the other hand, Boeing is trying to wash their hands away. Boeing right now has global scrutiny, quality control failures, safety controversies that are well documented. And when these two systems interact, even a small gap becomes a catastrophic risk. Because aircraft don't just fall overnight, they give warnings. Small technical issues, minor operational mistakes, repeated negligence. And when those warnings are ignored, they slowly build into something much bigger. Look, I want to be fair here. Air India is genuinely trying. The Tata's transformation is real. The ambition is real. There are thousands of people working in that airline hard every day. But effort alone is not enough when the signals are this clear. Air India needs to seriously reconsider its relationship with Boeing, because right now it is standing at exactly the point where too many disasters in aviation history began. The biggest crashes in aviation were never surprises. They were understood late and the signs were too early. The real question is not what happened. Are we still watching this unfold again? Or will this time it will be different? If you want to see more such type of videos that unravel the truth behind the scenes, subscribe to Black Track Documentary. I am Anish signing off from Black Track Documentary. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.